wanna know what you're thinking.
Yes, we see the toys.
There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
All right, welcome to another episode of Front Row Negative, the podcast. We are, as I'm doing the count, we're on episode 26 of this show. We've hit officially 26 episodes. Well,
26
since the reboot. And as we introduce ourselves, and apparently now toys as well, I am Aaron. I'm joined by player 456.
Yes.
Your name 456?
I forget his name. I'm not good with remembering names. From
No,
your name.
Your name.
Oh, I am Chris Foreman. Hello, I am Chris Foreman, your co-host for Front Row Negative.
And I'm about to kill myself. Okay, so we are 26 episodes. We're hitting week 3 of our Halloween brackets. And we've also, because this is week 3, it's time for a three-peat. Joining us for the third time since our comeback, we've got Hostage Hirsche Clay back joining us for this section of Bracket. So welcome back.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Welcome back.
Yes. As I do recall, when I set the brackets out there for people to cover and do for the contest, you immediately sent me a message saying, I want to come on. I want the 80s. I'm like, okay, well, I was like,
we all want the 80s.
I was like, let me see what I can do. Let me see what's going on.
Right here, man.
And I asked a few people to come on, and we've had James and we've had Robert, and the only one that requested another segment was James. He said he wanted the OGs because that's kind of what he grew up with. So I'm like, okay, great. Until it came time to record, he's like, you know what? I know more about the 80s movies than I do about the OGs. I'm like, oh, too late. It's already been
too late, sucker.
Too late.
Fucking suck it. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding, dude. I don't know you, but cheers.
Well, we're gonna do that. So, first of all, how's everybody doing?
Good, man. How about you, sir?
Well, I've got a story to tell.
Story time.
Story time
with Aaron Garcia, baby.
Pretty much, it's story time. So today, this week has been very stressful as it is already. And normally what happens is I have to go, as I'm coming home from work, I pick up my son from his after-school daycare. No problem with that. I pick him up. As we're walking to the car, I'm like, hey, buddy, you ready for ready to start working on your homework? Because that's what he has to do when we get home. We go over his homework. He didn't answer me.
Whoa.
Which is kind of a Parker trait. He doesn't, he just kind of stares and, looks at your soul and judges you as he's doing that.
Just pierce through.
So we get into the car. I start the car up, and I look back there and say, "Hey, buddy, is everything okay?" And he looks at me, still staring at me, judging my soul, and he throws up.
Oh,
in the car.
Hell yeah!
And I'm like, buddy, are you okay? And he's still staring at me, and he does it again.
Oh my god!
I'm like, Parker. I was like, Parker, buddy, are you feeling okay? And he does it again.
Oh, damn! What the hell?
Stop talking to him.
So I get out of the car. So I get out of the car and go around to his side because he's on the back passenger side. So that means I have to go all the way around to the back to get to him. Open the door. He looks at me, and he just lets the last one rip. He lets another one rip. And this is in my car. I'm like, oh no. And he's covered with it. So I go back up to, I go to the sitter and I'm like, hey, can you give me a towel? Can you give me some towels? Parker threw open the car. Need some towels. Our sitter goes, oh yeah, sure. Is he okay? I said, you know what? He's not answering me right now. I just need some towels. Please. Our sitter, or the after school care, she hands me a napkin.
There you go. That'll do it.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
Was it a fucking sham wow?
It took every ounce for me not to uppercut her back into her house, like a Little Mac style. So I said, no, I need towels. This stuff is liquid. Give me towels. So she runs back inside and hands me like a roll of paper towels. We get him kind of cleaned up enough to drive home. Get inside, and I spent the evening scrubbing out my car
Ugh.
before coming in and then helping him with his homework.
That's
So-
miserable.
Hey man, dad life, bro. I've been there.
Dad life.
I've been
But-
there.
But just the staring as he's doing it, it's like
It's
it's like
y'all
those,
ready for this?
well, no. It's like those cats that get on top of your table and they're staring at you as they're knocking stuff off the table. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
Oh man.
What are you gonna do about it?
Every
So
time.
The only way it could have been better is Parker would have been like, like a cat.
Oh,
I
God.
gotta. So funny that you mentioned that. Over the weekend, he's like, I'm like, Parker, are you
Oh,
okay?
no.
He's like, yeah, I've got hair in my mouth. I'm like, are you coughing up a hairball? He's like, and he stops. He goes, it's hair, not a hairball. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, are you sure? And Gwen whispers something to him. He goes, Daddy, I'm not a cat. And then
God,
That's awesome.
you fucking idiot. God.
God, so stupid.
God.
You're stupid. Parents just don't understand.
that's pretty much it. Dad life.
Dad life. Hashtag dad life, man.
Hashtag dad life.
And you're right. It happens.
Pretty much. So that's what happened tonight. Before, so I'm like, I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm physically exhausted and stressed out from work, and we're ready to record tonight. So, yay!
Well, good to hear you in the right mindset.
Yes, I am. I've got a monster. I've got a beer in the fridge. I'm ready to conquer this episode.
Do
To
it.
do it.
What about
So,
you, hostage? What have you been doing, buddy?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
How you doing? No, how you doing, hostage? How you doing? Cole?
Just suplexing fools. You know, just whooping
Nice.
ass and having a lot of fun, man.
that's
Shipping
how you do
packages. Shipping packages today.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait for
Yeah.
the package to arrive.
Dude.
So you're talking about the Battle Cat, right?
The Battle Cat shirts.
See, I thought we were going to pick it up from you at the Ghost Show.
Shit, that's like February, bro.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
in February.
That's a
Oh,
long
okay.
time. I say, shit, I'll have a fucking U-Haul truck at the end of February.
Well, I guess I got to PayPal you some money, and then
Nah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. You
No.
guys waited long enough.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I've been harassing him about that Creep Show shirt because I want to wear that during the holiday season.
Yeah.
oh man, Creep Show though.
The series.
Creep
Hey,
show though, bro.
Dude.
and hey, let's segue that into what you've been watching, because Chris, I'm gonna start with you because I know you've been watching something because
Holy
you've been
crap.
talking about it.
Yeah, I haven't. As is usually the case, I normally don't have any time to watch anything. But then I think last episode we were talking about like the horror movies and stuff like that,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
my lovely wife was like, you know what? I'm just going to subscribe you to Shudder, and so she got me signed up to Shudder. I was like, oh shit, Creep.
Yeah.
So just started watching Creep Show. Man, I really am blown away how true to form it is with the original. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it
really good.
maintains the heart of the original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just every episode has been. I think I'm fully caught up.
You all the way through 3?
Yeah, right. It was like what was the last episode? It was Damn it!
It
what
was.
it?
Oh, I can't remember it.
Was it the Japanese painting? With the guy bought the painting and then
Yes.
burned it because he's an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Then I'm all the way. I'm all the way caught up, man. Just good stuff, man. It's made being productive very difficult.
And
'Cause,
also, all those Easter eggs in the background and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I've noticed. What was it? Fluffy. His crate has been in different
Yep.
episodes. Like I said, there was the ashtray and
Yeah.
different. Not just not just creep show stuff too. Like the names of people, the names of streets. I think Haddonfield was in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Props and everything.
Yeah, they just named they were just dropping names of different people from other movies. I'm like, aha,
Yeah.
it's good, man. I'm better late than never, I guess, as far as the Shudder
Yes.
train is concerned.
Yeah. And did you watch the Christmas or the holiday special that they did?
The Creep Show?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it separate from the seasons?
Yes.
Yes.
Then no, I have not seen that.
Oh, okay.
I got a lot
So,
of shit to watch.
so of all those episodes, which one's your favorite so far?
I have to say, it's like picking your favorite child, right?
It is.
There's a
It
lot
is.
of them. That Raimi episode with the Bob Ross, the PBS
Yeah.
channel, and all that shit was really, really good. Was that directed by Sam Raimi?
Ted.
That was directed by Ted. 'Cause it was
Yeah.
like it was all Raimi'd out, dude. Like all the
Yeah.
quick cuts, all the shots, the zoom ins, all the like
Yeah.
it was just like the comic books. Like I guess that's where Raimi was inspired by. Was like the old
Pretty much.
terror comic books where it's like you would zoom in on the guy grabbing a chainsaw. And it's like boop,
Yep.
boop, and it just jumps to different shit. You're like, oh man, this is dope.
Yep.
That was really good. I enjoyed oddly enough that little sludge one with the lady with the apartment complex.
Yes.
The little sludge monster, that was pretty dope. It's a lot of them, man. I actually like that painting one too. The last episode with the last Kobayashi or something like that, or
The Superaya. The last Superaya.
last Superaya. That's what it was. Sorry, Kobayashi.
No, that's okay.
I'm all Star Trek, like the Kobayashi Maru. Yeah, no, man. I mean, it's hard to nail it down to just one. But I really like that one. Oh, the kid with the horror movie, the horror stuff, and his dad
The
was a
figures?
kid.
Yeah,
The
man, that was
figures?
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one, because being a horror fan of the toy collector, I was like, yeah, I get that. You know what I mean? Like, and I
Oh,
like
yeah.
the fact that it took place in Aurora, Illinois, and you had the Aurora models. Like
Yep.
all the little things that they, all those little shout outs they put in there are really good.
Yeah. I think what popped me the most was the House of the Head, where the head was in a little dollhouse, and you had Chief Woodenhead as one of the dolls from
that's
Creepshow 2.
right. Yeah.
The
Damn,
wooden
I didn't think
Indian.
about that.
Yeah, the Indian wooden piece was from
Yeah.
Creepshow 2. Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, dude, that one was genuinely scary. Like a lot of these to me weren't scary. But I think it's kind of the point with Creepshow. It's they go for that like cheese ball, the shit you would read back in the EC comics and stuff like that. That was the whole point of all of it, right?
Yes.
So nothing was really scary so much as it is like, oh wow, what a twist or whatever,
Yeah.
And then this Creepshow has some good twists in it. It's got things that happen. You're like, oh, like the girl the little valley girl was a vampire.
Yeah. That one.
Molly Ringwald in that episode. That was dope. Dude, like I said, I didn't get as much shit done as I needed to art wise. I was just like this, like staring at my screen.
You're staring at it.
Yeah, it was good, man.
One of the ones I liked, besides Head in the House in the Necronomicon episode, was the one where the guy stuck in the suitcase. He's stuck in the trunk.
Oh, the gin.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't see that coming either. I was like, I didn't put it together until when you cupped the coin up. I was like, oh wait a minute.
Yep.
I see what's happening here.
Yep.
That was good, man.
I mean, yeah, they're all really good. They're all well done for essentially a cable show that they're doing it off of, but it's for Shudder. Having a lot of fun watching it, and it's just great. And one thing that I liked a lot in I guess the most recent episode or the most recent season was the guy with all the Hollywood movie props. That episode.
Oh yeah.
And you saw the OG Creepshow ghoul or creep with the new one.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
Although the only thing that bothered me about that episode, and the internet is squarely to blame for this. Those videos they have where like things would happen. They were like news reporters were reporting on stuff, and they talked to that one guy's like, "My dark lord and master," blah 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 blah. You know talking about those videos?
Yeah.
Like the guy with the beard or whatever, the goofball bastard. That's what the guy in the episode reminded me of, which kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
But other than that, no, that was a good episode. It was awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. Overall the series is just really good, and I'm having a lot of fun watching it, and I want more. I want more.
God, yeah,
and especially with all the like the cameos, the actors they got in there too, like Justin Long, and you got Ted Raimi.
Oh yeah, that was the VR episode.
Yeah, the VR episode.
That one was crazy too, man. That was impressive.
So you're getting like all these like just good actors that are just starring in this show, and it's great. I mean even the last episode, the final one with the props, you had Second Radiant second rating for Mortal Kombat 2, the movie.
Yeah, it took me a second. I was trying to place him. I was like, I know this guy from something. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, it was Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, Annihilation Raiden, or the guy from I forget his character name, but he was in the Warriors. I forget his name.
It's the same guy, right?
Yeah, same guy.
Okay,
Guy.
okay.
But yeah, he was also in the Warriors movie.
That's right. Damn, I ain't seen that in forever.
Yeah. So, but yeah, great series, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. And you said, what else have you been watching on Shudder since you've got it now?
I started watching the Joe Bob Briggs last drive-in because I mean I knew of it. I just hadn't had Shudder, so I was like, oh shit, man, I'll get around to it eventually at some point.
Yeah.
I was scoping out what was on there, and I was like, oh snap, there it is. So I started watching that. And then there's another thing, the Norai experiment, or the Norai something or another. It's like a Japanese horror thing.
Yeah, okay.
That was really good.
So Chris, so Joe Bob, Creep Show, anything else? Or
on Shudder, I mean, I've made notes of a lot of stuff I want to see. I'm trying to I'm kind of in binge mode. You know what I mean? I don't want to bounce around from thing to thing and miss anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I started on that Japanese horror movie, and I was like, "Oh shit, Joe Bob!" You know, I remembered it.
Yeah.
And so I started watching the Chopping Mall episode, and that was really funny. It reminded me of how awesomely bad Chopping Mall is.
That's true. It's a classic. So, Chopping Mall is a great classic.
Yeah, man. All the random boobs. I forgot how many boobs were in that movie. You know what I mean?
True. And that's what made it great.
It's worth noting. Yeah.
That's what made it great back in the day. Just be sure to
watch of the 80s.
Just watch anything with either Linnea Quigley or Barbara Crampton, and you'll be happy.
Well, it's like Joe Bob was talking about how they had the dude was looking at the centerfold when he was the security guy was looking at the centerfold in the magazine.
Yeah.
And that was a picture of the director's girlfriend. He just had her take a picture like that, and she was just topless. I was like, wow, man. Talking about phoning in a favor.
Hey. It's called exposure. I mean, it worked for Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it is.
So,
gotta
get that exposure.
Yeah.
So, anything else you've been watching, or is that kind of it?
Oh, I mean, I'll tell you, man. I fell down the Squid Game hole.
I think everybody has.
Squid Game.
I think everybody has.
Yeah, I normally don't jump in on the hype train and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I had to see what the hell the deal was, man. And I mean, honestly, I was not disappointed. I really was pleasantly surprised. I didn't have high hopes for it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I probably said that before on here, but like, anytime people just go out of their way to highly recommend something to me, usually it's garbage, and I usually hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But all I heard was like, "Oh man, you got to see this! You got to see this! You got to see this!" I was like, you know what? I'm doing a podcast where what we literally do is talk about the things we watch. I need to watch more things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, it was great, fantastic.
That's good to hear. So Clay, have you watched Squid Game?
See, I cheated and watched it.
You cheated and watched it?
Yeah, so like I don't have a whole lot of time to be watching a bunch of stuff, but I heard about all the hype, and then you get on TikTok and you see the red light, green light game and all that stuff going on. So I was like, well, let's check it out, and I was telling my wife about it. So I YouTubed it, and it was like Squid Games, I think it said basically Squid Games or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like the whole thing in like 25 minutes. The dude was just talking like, oh, this happens, this is this game, this is this is this, this is this. I was like, okay, cool. Okay. But it looked gnarly as hell.
It's a good show. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good show. Yeah. What I'm going to say is that,
man.
Well, me and Chris saw a film many years ago at Texas Farmer Weekend, As the God's Will. And it's very, especially the opening game, it's very similar to that, except, high school students versus adults.
Yeah.
Very similar concept, very similar kind of outcome, especially when you're watching it. I've been telling people to go watch As the God's Will. If you like Squid Game, if you watch Squid Game, go watch As the God's Will, because you'll be impressed. And besides the bad CGI, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It really is. Yeah.
I mean that opening game that's the tone. That's the tone right there. That opening game for As the God's Will.
Are we of the mindset that Squid Game is a direct ripoff or inspired by, or
I'm gonna go the M Night the M Night way and say that it was inspired in a different country, because As the God's Will is Japanese, Squid Game is Korean, I believe. So
yes,
different country, very heavily inspired by it. So I'm just gonna say that, but it's still a good movie. Definitely go check it
great
out.
art great art is oftentimes inspired by other great arts. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I definitely I'm with you on that. It definitely brought on a lot of the memories of watching As the God's Will, but I wouldn't say it was like a direct ripoff or anything, because like the premise of like
no, not a ripoff, but heavily you could tell that it was inspired by it.
Yeah,
you can tell that there was some inspiration there. So
call it a spinoff, maybe.
I wish. I wish.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, it's both are really good. Both are entertaining. Both are well written. Both are really good. So I'm gonna hype both for that. So and Chris, is there anything else?
Man, I mean,
that's it.
That's about it. I mean, I watched the Muppet Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus, but yeah.
How was that? I haven't seen it yet. How was that?
What, dude? As a purveyor of all things Haunted Mansion, I cannot recommend the Muppets Haunted Mansion enough. I mean, you don't have to be a fan of Haunted Mansion to appreciate it. But if you've rode the Haunted Mansion ride more than 7,000 times like I have, you pick up all the little jokes through the show. I will spoil one thing. It's funny, if you've been to Disney World or Disneyland, one of the things you cannot escape when going to the parks is the fact that rides will break down. And rides will stop. And so at one point they're in the Haunted Mansion and like everything stops for a second, and Gonzo's kind of like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, I think the ride stopped. I was like, "Oh, damn, okay. I see what we're doing here."
That is true. That is
pretty funny.
A thing. That is definitely a thing. Okay. Well, so is that do you recommend people to go check it out?
I do, man. I mean, at this point also, there's no excuse. Everyone has Disney Plus. If you don't, what the hell's the matter with you? I mean, all the things are on there that everybody's watching. Be part of the cool kids and get Disney Plus if you don't have it.
Hey, man. Hey, I just saw a pic for Mandalorian season 3 that they're filming. Disney Plus is a necessity.
Exactly.
It is. All right, so let's jump to Clay. Let's jump to our guests. What have you been watching? What have you been listening to, playing, or reading?
Lots of podcasts as usual. It's it's No Fucking Regrets with Rob Flynn. The Josta Show. Let's say you guys.
The Josta. Wait. The Josta Show. Do they talk about Josta the drink?
No.
No. Fail.
Not quite the same thing, apparently.
Jamie Josta.
I don't know who Jamie Josta is, but I know what Josta the 90s delicious drink is.
Not Jamie Josta, the lead singer of Hatebreed.
He has his own podcast?
I'm not good with names.
He is way deep. He's got, I think he's like close to 660 episodes or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
And he interviews. Dude, he gets like, it's not even like an interview really. It's like conversations. It's like he'll get on he had I think 2 weeks ago, like right before the metal tour of the year started or came back. So like it was Lamb of God, Trivium, Megadeth, and Hatebreed.
Oh wow!
And, so he had Matt Heafy on there for the lead singer of Trivium, and they were discussing the tour and the new Trivium record, In the Court of the Dragon.
Okay.
But he's had so many people. I mean, Randy Bly of Lamb of God's been on there 4 or 5 times. Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett. You talk about like the metal names and stuff like that. They've all been there.
No kidding, man. Jesus.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I've been watching a lot of football, man. Back into a lot of football. Go. College ball. Been watching horror movies around when I have a little bit of time. Playing. Been playing a bunch of I got a free copy of Madden 22. So I've been playing a bunch of Madden 22 Ultimate Team.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Another listening. A bunch of new music come out lately, and it's been really, really good.
Okay.
I can't say Iron Maiden because I haven't given it the time to listen to it all the way.
Oh, talking about the new album?
Yeah, the Senjutsu.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this because I bought the CD. I bought the CD. They are taking the Tool route with having 2 discs and almost each song being a minimum of like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
For an average of 8.
Wow.
It's a long album, but it's good though. It's good. It's entertaining.
yeah.
I
Go.
mean, I'll just say that their Senjutsu album feels like background metal music.
I
I'm
gotcha.
not dissing them. I'm not dissing them. They're
Of
great,
course.
the guitar riffs and everything, but there's nothing memorable about this album, really. But it's just well done. But it's great background music. It's just great background music. So
Makes sense, man. Sometimes albums are like that.
yep.
Been listening to. I think I listen to every Thy Art Is Murder record once a week, like just all the way through.
Okay.
Tons of Machine Head, tons of Chelsea Grin. There's a bunch. The new Trivium record's amazing.
Yeah.
What's it called? Knocked Loose just dropped an EP, like a 5-track EP and like an animation video, but it's like it's every song, all 5 or 6 songs, and they're like it's like stop motion kind of,
Okay.
but it's like put to the songs.
Okay. That's pretty
So
cool.
it's like a
Kind of like an old school Tool video.
Yeah, back when Adam used to make the videos,
or
he used to do the clay ones.
Or the old school Static X
Oh,
ones
that's
that
cool.
went from Push It and Stupid.
Yes.
How those led into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that. But I don't know if you guys listen to Knock Loose or not. Have y'all listened to them?
No,
I
I haven't.
haven't heard of them actually.
But I'm going to take notes and listen to them.
Yeah,
Right?
the album is called the Terror Fabric Life, or the Terror of Human Life, or the Fabric of Human Life, or something like that. But it's really good. The new Trivium record was really nice. It's I wouldn't say it's a departure, but it's not. It's definitely not like What the Dead Men Say.
Okay.
Or what you call it? I can't remember the record before that, but it was just full of bangers.
Man, sometimes I feel like I'm so disconnected from like modern music.
I do too.
I honestly do.
I do too. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
I mean, it depends. I would recommend going on a Knocked Loose rabbit hole. Going back and listening, because they put out a record, A Different Shade of Blue, in 19, and that whole record's amazing. But I don't know like what your like preference on like singing and stuff is, but this dude just it's not like gutturals or anything like that. It is like he is screaming. He is screaming, but it's so good.
Okay.
Honestly,
well, I mean,
for me, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's like you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, so when I find myself like listening to like every now and then I will. Admittedly, I don't go into a lot of the rabbit holes and search out new music. I guess I'm old like that, and I'm just like stick to the things I know I like. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's I don't want to be experimental or discover anything. But when I do find myself listening to newer stuff, I think Ghost kind of fell under that under that umbrella for me.
Okay.
I really enjoy the melodic metal. Does that make sense?
Well,
like a combination of that and of course like the hard guttural screaming stuff. I think Corey Taylor really does that for me because he has a mixture of both of those things.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Now, if you want to hear guttural sounds, go watch your Frozen Soul concert. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I went for Frozen Soul for that one metal show, but listen to Sacred Curse. They were really good. They were really good. So, but that's probably as new as I gotten with metal or that guttural sounds. But it does kind of amp me up every so often. It does amp me up. So, is there anything else that they even listened to, or that pretty much knocked everything out?
The new Whitechapel that they've been dropping, they've been putting out some new singles. I think they're on single number 3.
Oh, awesome.
So far.
Okay.
And those are really good. I grew up in Tennessee and stuff, and so those guys are from Tennessee, so I always try to pump them and support them.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear. You gotta support your roots if you can.
Yeah.
And they sound like some good musicians. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
So I'll finish this section out with
I've been on a Guar kick.
Guar's awesome. They are awesome.
Guar's amazing.
I have tickets. I have tickets for the next show. I believe that's in November. I think to go see them live. Hopefully they don't cancel like Max Sabbath did. But I'm hyped for Guar because I do want to see them, and they're so much fun, especially if you stand in the back and watch everybody else get sprayed with fake blood.
Yes.
It's entertaining.
Yes.
And speaking of rabbit hole, a band's touring went on sale recently, and I bought tickets based on 2 songs that they play. So, and I went down that rabbit hole of listening to Green Jelly because that's what I bought tickets for. Mainly to hear Carnage Rules and Three Little Pigs. And I went down the rabbit hole listening to them, and yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to hear them. But I'm not gonna lie, I bought tickets just to hear them play Carnage Rules live, just because I play that damn Maximum Carnage Spider-Man game. So.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, Mob Rules in the middle of the game, Carnage Rules at the intro. It's music
for, man.
There you go.
16-bit music, and they better play it in 16-bit too. I will be very disappointed if they don't. I'll be very disappointed.
I demand a
Right,
refund.
man.
I want my $20 back now. Who knows? Who knows?
Are you guys going to Slipknot?
Chris is.
I am. Yeah, I'm taking my nephew, actually, my 16-year-old nephew. He's
There you go.
yeah, he's excited, man. He likes Slipknot. I introduced him to him, and he's got like he has got his favorite songs by them, like anybody else. I mean, he's gonna want to hear Psychosocial. He's gonna want to hear Before I Forget, stuff like that.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's good. He'll have fun. He'll have fun.
As you should.
I can't
Slipknot's
wait.
always
I can't wait because it'll be my first time taking him to a concert like that.
Nah, he'll have fun.
No, it's a lot of fun, man.
It's gonna be at the Woodlands, and so we're gonna be hanging out. I don't know about him. Well, I'm gonna rent 2 chairs because I'm 40. And I don't need to be having my ass kicked and kicking somebody else's ass and shit like that. Like I got my knees hurt after a while, you know. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
Hey,
so it's gonna be like, hey man, have a seat. Have a seat.
Hey,
you know?
Be sure to tell him, do not wear anything MGK. Don't wear anything on Machine Gun Kelly.
Fuck Machine Gun Kelly. I that much I do know. I know that guy. What an idiot.
He's a doofus.
Yeah. You're gonna go after the freaking Apopa of new metal or whatever you want to call it.
Hey,
you know.
Hey, whenever Eminem kills your career, you got to switch genres. And now Slipknot's going to kill
somebody else.
Slipknot's going to kill his career. And he's going to go country next. So just watch out.
I've never heard anything from him. I just know that by the consensus is he sucks, and so you know, like
I only knew him from the Dirt, the Motley Crue biopic, yeah.
Old Tommy Lee.
Yeah, because he played Tommy Lee. That's the only thing I knew him from was that.
Same.
But,
you're not missing much.
Dude needs to kick rocks and just go home. You know, just go stay on the couch.
Cannot pick and choose his battles wisely at all.
He cannot. No, he can't. He can't. So I've been watching. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of horror movies lately. The other night we watched the OG Halloween.
Yes.
They kind of get into the spirit because you know what's coming out this week.
Baby.
Or by the time this episode hits, what came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween
Chris
Kills.
is gonna watch it midnight tonight. Baby.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow after I get off work and make sure the kids are asleep. I'm gonna watch it. So watch the OG Halloween. We started watching Halloween 2018, but I needed to get some stuff done, so that didn't finish. We didn't finish that. We watched that. I rewatched Squid Games again. I rewatched the final episode of What If because I thought that was really interesting.
So good.
So yeah, it is really good. I'm trying to think what else. I watched on Shudder, Hammer Horror, the series. Started watching that. And that's kind of like Tales from the Crypt, but more British, more UK. Entertaining. It's very entertaining.
Okay. Yeah.
I went back and rewatched Puppet Master Littlest Reich. And
Nice.
oh man. everybody needs to watch that just for the kills.
So we talked about that on the podcast, didn't we?
We did. And I went back and rewatched it just to make sure that I wasn't hallucinating with things. Yeah, go back. Everybody needs to watch that. That movie gets no love. They need to watch that. That's pretty much it for watching stuff. And I watched, some stuff with the kids, like, more Star Wars Rebels. Trying to finish up that final season. For playing, I got it. I installed it and I played a little bit of it the other night. Back for Blood, the unofficial, official Left 4 Dead 3 game. I have to say this game is really good. They fixed a lot of things. It lives up to
the original.
It does, and they added more to it. And what I mean by them adding more to it is that, if you've played Apex or the latest Call of Duty game, in the middle of the game, you can kind of upgrade your weapon in the middle of the game. And that's what this one does. With this one, you go through the stage, you find piles of copper that you grab to buy stuff or to upgrade stuff or whatever you want to do. You find weapon attachments that you can add. You have to find ammo. You no longer have a secondary weapon that has unlimited ammo or unlimited swings. You kind of have to conserve everything, but as you're fighting zombies. The story is
Resident Evil style, huh?
Yeah. Well, the story. Well, Apex style, sort of.
Okay. I haven't played Apex. I don't.
Apex is fun. The story has changed because again, they can't use Left 4 Dead stuff, even though this is the team that made Left 4 Dead series. They kind of changed things, and there are zombies in the game, but they are being controlled by these little worms. So think of like the little worms for like Slither or whatever, turning people into zombies.
I thought you were about to say Star Trek.
Yeah, pretty much a little bit. And you have the 4 monster beasts that you fight. You have like they have the big guy, which is the boomer from Left 4 Dead. You have the tall man, which is probably the smoker. You have a tank-like character, which I haven't encountered yet, but I know he's there. And you have I forget the name, the creeper from Left 4 Dead, which is the one that jumps on the walls and like will jump on your back and take you down.
Oh yeah.
You have all these things. You have all these things that are in there that you can they get to fight. Also, you have Molotov cocktails; those are back. You have bombs that will call things over to it, just like Left 4 Dead series. But now they added razor wire barriers, so you can throw down like a little barrier of razor wire to block off a path to help you out, which is pretty cool.
Actually, you know what? I'm surprised it took them long enough to do something like that. I mean, because that's like you would think that'd be essential. Like Walking Dead, they have like in the show they do those trenches and put like the wood up or whatever, spikes.
Yeah, the spikes and everything like that.
Yeah.
So the game's been in development, or the game's had the idea for like the last 10 about 10 12 years. So they're adding more to it. You can customize your character by unlocking different costumes, different shirts, different settings. Now there are 8 playable characters to choose from as you're starting the game instead of just the regular 4. You could do graffiti on the wall. There's little Easter eggs throughout the levels. I mean, they put a lot of effort into this game. A lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. Some people don't like it because they don't like that repetitive type of aspect for a zombie game. But this game is a lot of fun to me. And I definitely recommend it. So definitely go check it out. I got to play at least a good 45 minutes of it. I was hella impressed. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I need to find my receipt for when I bought the game to get the exclusive content that I'm supposed to get.
There you go.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. And and also it's cross-platform. So if you've got a PlayStation, if you've got an Xbox, if you've got a PC, you can all play together, hand in hand, shooting zombies. You can do it all together.
I ain't never gonna play on no damn Xbox. That's for a bunch of damn hippies.
Yeah. So Jeremy, if you're listening, join us, buddy. Jeremy, join us, buddy. If you're listening, Jeremy, join us.
Yeah, he's gimped up. He ain't doing nothing. He's yelling at me. I'm supposed to play games.
Yeah, he's stuck at home on his crutches. He could join us for some games. He can join us. As far as reading, I bought a few like old school books. there's this person I follow on Instagram who and she's getting the Halloween spirit. She's like doing all these books that she's want to read for the month of October, and she showed a few books that she's reading that kind of triggered like old school memories for me, like from back in the '90s, where she's reading some R.L. Stein and some Christopher Pike and all this other stuff.
Wow.
And after she showed some of those books, I'm like, you know what? I had some of those books. I want to get those books back. So ordered them off eBay. I found somebody who was selling them on eBay for a pretty good price, and ordered them. And I ordered the original artwork, Halloween Night by R.L. Stein, 1 and 2. Waiting for those to come in so I can read them. And I can't wait for them to come in because I love Halloween stuff, and I want to relive my my teenage years that I can't officially do anymore by reading these books. So,
You got kids.
I got kids. Yeah, I got kids.
Hella kids up in this bitch.
Yeah, all these kids. But I'm waiting for that to come in because I want to read them. I'm hyped to read them, and I haven't been hyped to read a book since I bought Joe Lansdale's Drive-In trilogy. Bought that book because I read the comic. Really wanted to read the book. Killed it off in about 2 months. And this is like a really thick book because it's 3 books combined into one. A lot of fun.
Oh,
so yeah, definitely go read Joe Lansdale's the Drive-In trilogy. Great read. It will mess you up at the end though. It will mess you up because of what happens. Great book series though. And so with that being said, that finishes that segment off because I didn't really listen to anything except for my usual podcasts like Colt 45, 3 Bam, and Talking Shop. That's pretty much it. Nice. So let's just jump into what we came here for tonight.
Let's get down to business, gentlemen.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. This is brackets number 3 for a Halloween contest or March or Halloween Madness thing. We're hitting the 80s tonight, the 80s section tonight. And to explain the rules, we really only have like one kind of rule. Basically, as we're going through our voting system, it's a 2 to 3 or 2 to 1 voting system that we have for each title, for each pairing off. Someone can throw down the challenge card. If they know that their pick is not going to win, they can throw down their challenge to try to talk and convince us to vote in their way. Now, that person only gets one challenge for the whole episode. That's it. You only get one. That's it. And so far, nobody has used their challenges except for maybe Chris last time. But it kind of wasn't really a challenge. But I don't know what you would call it.
It was a moral stance, sir.
Moral stance. Okay.
That's right.
But so far, nobody has really used their challenges yet as we've gone through this. Because, I don't know, people put convincing arguments as we're talking about it. So,
oh, no, man. I feel like somebody's going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, I'm going to blow it tonight.
Someone might. Who knows?
Yeah.
But this is 80s night. Let's keep it right and get down to tonight. I'm trying to rhyme. It's not working. So
good job, Dr. Seuss.
Oh man.
Green eggs and ham.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight. Let's get right into it. Our first battle, our first matchup tonight. And Clay, since you are the guest, you'll be going first. It is 1982's Creepshow going up against 1982's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh my god.
Who is your pick?
I got 3 words for you, man.
Uh-oh.
Meteor shit. Creepshow.
Creepshow.
Oh,
I mean this is a tough one because both are good.
Ugh.
Chris, what is your pick? Creepshow or Killer Clowns?
This is unbelievable. I already hate this bracket.
You've got Meteor shit, or you've got Where's My Pooh Bar? Which one are you going for?
Man, I feel like the Ferengi brothers did not get a fair shake in this first round, sir. This is.
I mean, both
the Ferengi or
movies,
Ferenzi?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm already having anxiety about this. Shit. There's not a TV series based off of Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Not yet.
Damn,
it is in
Skippy.
development. It is in development.
Is it really?
Sci-Fi Network, because of quarantine, it got shelved for a while. Production got shelved for a while, but there is one in development.
Does it get the original directors and the brothers or whatever? The
original writers, the original directors are writing it. They're writing and producing. They're not directing, but they are writing and producing.
Okay. I want to go with Creepshow, man. I feel like I would be doing myself a grave injustice if I just left Creepshow in the dust.
Okay. Hey,
both
of these are considered cult classics.
Ugh.
Both have their own Halloween haunted house at Universal Nights. Both of these are very hard to pick. And we knew this going into this because it is 80s. And
oh man, this is gonna suck so bad.
And the 80s do have a strong following for everything. Everything horror. So next up, Chris, you're starting this one off.
We didn't get yours, bro.
We have 1987's Near Dark versus 1981's The Howling. Near Dark.
I'll tell you what, man.
Vampires, that era. Wait, no, that's not Near Dark. Wait, Near Dark's the Mutants, right?
I believe so.
Okay, because I'm getting Near Dark and I'm getting another movie mixed up right now. But yeah, Near Dark is the Mutants versus what many consider one of the best werewolf movies ever made, The Howling.
Yeah, exactly. With these two movies, for me, it's rewatch value, replay value, and the impact it had on me as a child. The Howling screwed me up, man. Like, we were riding the werewolf wave at that point, right? With all the transformation, all the technology they were using for the practical effects, for transformations.
Yep.
And like the ripping the skin and shit like that. I think that was kind of like their calling card was the
skin rip was American Werewolf in London with Rick Baker going off on that. The Howling,
yeah, but they definitely.
Yeah, the Howling had the snout that just shot out. That
that's what it was.
The skin.
That's what it was.
The snout is what gets the Howling.
I feel like I can't make a bad decision here, but I'm gonna go with just what I know. I'm gonna go with the Howling.
Awesome. I will vote next, and I'm also gonna go with the Howling because it's a damn good movie. Near Dark is good too, but the Howling is just it's such a classic. I love it.
Yeah.
Clay, what's your vote?
How many sequels did the Howling or did the Near Dark get? You know what I mean?
0.
Right.
Exactly.
Aaron, we didn't get your vote on Creepshow.
I'm sorry. Sweep that one with Creepshow because I love Killer Clowns. I love Creepshow, but I've watched Creepshow more times than I've watched Killer Clowns.
Yeah,
so I've got to go Creepshow with that one.
Yeah,
so good. So good.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and sweep this the second one as well, and it's going to be The Howling.
Ooh,
The Howling?
Indeed, sir.
It's The Howling. There's a reason why. It's got like 20 sequels.
Dude, the fucking church scene screwed me up as a kid. I was like, oh, it's
two
church!
remakes. two remakes and 20 sequels. So you have to do that. So, all right, I'm going to start off this next one, and this is what could be a hard one. I got 1984's Gremlins versus 1984's Friday the 13th Part 4.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh, so Part 4 has Corey Feldman. It's got what many people consider one of the better Friday the 13ths outside of Part 3 or 5. But it's Gremlins. It's Gremlins.
Ooh. Okay.
This is
yeah, I hate this bracket. I fucking hate this bracket.
It's Corey. And Corey Feldman's in both of these movies too. He's in both of these things.
That's true, man.
So, oh wow.
In one movie he's helpful, in one movie not so much.
Well, both movies he kills the thing, the Legion. He helps kill them.
Well, he's partly to blame too.
You know what? I'm gonna go Friday Part 4. I'm going Friday Part 4. That's where I'm gonna go. Yeah.
What changed your mind?
I think at the end when he's screaming "die, die, die" as he's like slashing at Jason with the machete.
Okay.
I think that's what got me. And plus, Friday 13th Part 4. You've also got Crispin Glover as a dead fuck. So I mean, you've got to go with that. You've got to go with that. So I'm going Friday Part 4. Clay, what's your pick?
Also, Friday Part 4, man.
Also Friday Part 4.
It's Jason, dude.
It is Jason.
Oh, man.
Chris,
Thank God
what's your vote?
You know, just in the spirit of like what's going on here and all the bad decisions we're going to have to make tonight and all the repercussions from therein.
Yes.
I'm going to give the spiritual my vote to Gremlins just because
Gremlins?
it needs some love, man. It's Gremlins.
It does. It does. And again, these are hard. These are hard choices.
Yeah.
When these choices are. Yeah. But have we established last time? These choices are not fun. Sometimes they're not all great.
No.
So Clay, you're up again. Next one up, you have 1980s The Shining versus 1980s The Fog. Both considered, again, classics. You know Shining?
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
It is.
It's The Shining. Yeah,
it's The Shining. It's been one of my favorite movies forever.
It's what many consider Stephen King's best movie from his books that he doesn't like. He doesn't even like that movie, but people love The Shining.
Not a fan.
He's not a fan of it.
So good, man.
Crazy.
You just watch a man's descent into madness.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
It's amazing.
So good. So good. And the book is just as good too.
That's
Yes.
what I've heard.
It is.
I haven't read it. I need to read it again. You know, I read it in high school, so I mean, basically, I haven't read it.
So, Chris, what's your pick? Shining or Fog?
Man, it's The Shining. John Carpenter's going to get enough love in this thing, and it's
Well, so far he's 0-2. So
is he really? God damn it!
Yeah.
I mean, it's The Shining.
It's The Shining.
I feel like the guy in South Park. He's Michael Jackson, but he's Michael Jackson. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's The Shining.
It's The Shining, yeah. And I'm going to sweep it because if you don't know by now, I'm a huge Shining fanatic. I love The Shining, so yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. I'm not even going to try to go off that. So, all right, Chris, you're up next. You're picking this first one now.
Oh,
you have 1981's Hellraiser versus 1987's Lost Boys.
Ooh, okay. So, Clive Barker, man. With Hellraiser, we're introduced to a whole other side of horror, man. We didn't. I don't think at our age when that movie came out, we fully understood what we were watching, man. I really didn't really get that movie until later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't really understand it until I was like, oh shit, okay, so this is like there's so much repressed like heterosexual domination, and then like, you know, there's just like that movie works on a completely different level than any other horror movie I've ever seen.
Yes.
You know, like I just didn't get it till I was older. I was like, oh shit, this is wild.
It is.
But so we said Hellraiser, and then what was the other one?
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys. You know, I like the Lost Boys. I like the Lost Boys for many reasons.
Yeah. You still believe?
Yeah, notwithstanding, you know, saxophone guy. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. But
Tim Capello, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Hellraiser on this one.
To go Hellraiser?
Yeah, I mean, I know this might not be a popular opinion, but I don't really view Lost Boys as a horror movie.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's more of a action suspense with some monsters in it every now and then. It's got cool kill scenes, death by stereo. I mean, you know.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many good parts in that movie, but like, it's going up against Hellraiser, and we're talking about. We didn't get any movie icons, like horror icons, out of the Lost Boys.
Yeah, we did. But you got David.
Did you though?
David.
Dude, fucking Gangrel, dog. What are you talking about?
Gangrel.
Hold on. When you talk about, is David on your Mount Rushmore?
No.
Thank you.
No, but he was that $60 pop I sold at the toy show this past weekend.
Hey man, a win's a win as far as your financial question is concerned. But we're talking about the horror icons of the 80s.
Yeah.
The movie itself is an icon. To me,
Okay.
David itself is not an icon.
Okay. Hey, I'm
Pinhead
I'm playing devil's
icon.
advocate. I'm playing devil's advocate right now. So
keep playing.
Pinhead is going to have to be, Pinhead's going to have to be on the Mount Rushmore with the other three obvious choices.
Okay. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
But these are just my opinions. So
okay,
proceed.
Okay, so you picked Hellraiser, right? You're picking Hellraiser?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So it's my pick. And you know what? I'm also going to pick Hellraiser because I read the book, Hellbound Hot. And Clay threw something down.
You motherfucker.
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. I like the Lost Boys. I really enjoy the Lost Boys. I've got the Steelbook version of it. I love the Lost Boys. But when I watched Hellraiser, I watched it, I didn't understand it. Then I read the book Hellbound Heart, and I started understanding everything. Everything makes sense. So when I tell people who don't like Hellraiser or who don't get it, and they're hating on it, I'm like, go read Hellbound Heart. Very cheap book to find, very easy read. You'll probably finish it in a few hours. Right. Go read it. You will enjoy it. It will make things will make sense. So
I know what Clay's watching tonight.
I know. I'm gonna hear it coming now.
Fucking Lost Boys. Repeat.
But I'm just But damn it, I just typed in Hellboys as the winner.
Hellboys.
But Hellraiser, it's once I read the book, I'm like, I've got to vote Hellraiser. It's eye-opening.
And Clay, in your defense, man, we got the Frog Brothers. We got so many good things out of Lost Boys.
Yeah.
But Lost Boys, I think every part of Lost Boys, if Lost Boys were a table, it needs 4 legs to stand. And you've got the Frog Brothers, the Coreys, Death by Stereo, Grandpa. I mean, there's different. And just for me, the different aspects of the movie is what holds the movie up. You know what I mean?
You've also got Ted from Bill and Ted in there too.
I was going to say, and he's like the doily that the coffee cup is on top of the table that is Lost Boys. It's a great movie. It's a great movie, but bad matchup.
It's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. So Clay, I'm going to ask you what your pick is right now.
So salty.
Well, it is the Lost Boys.
Hey, no shame. Some of these picks are hard. I
fucking love the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
I love them. That's up there. That's up there with Shining. That's up there with all of them. It's watched multiple times a year, and it never gets old.
It does.
Never gets old to me. And you didn't need a book to understand it.
Oh.
Didn't need a fucking book to understand the Lost Boys.
Clay's like, I hate books.
That is fair.
Fuck a book.
I'm going to give you that. That's right. That is fair with Lost Boys. And in fact, I was watching it a few weeks ago, and Gwen kind of came in and watched a few scenes here and there with it. We explained to her that it was scary, and she didn't really care. She wanted to watch it because of the 2 boys, because of the Coreys,
the Frog Brothers.
The Frog. Well, no, not the other Frog brother, but the Coreys. She mainly got interested because
of them.
The
Hollywood Brothers.
Yeah, the Hollywood Brothers.
Yes.
So
Haim and Feldman, right?
Yeah, Haim and Feldman.
Yes, sir.
So I will say, Lost Boys is a great movie. It gets multiple watches. I've got the Steelbook. Not taken away from that. Hellraiser, because of me watching the book, because of me rewatching the movie afterwards, I get it more. So that's my vote. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think if you know the backstory on Clive Barker's history, like this is life in general, man, and where his idea of horror comes from, it's a whole different movie.
It really is. It is. So again, these cuts, as we're getting closer to it, it's gonna be some hard decisions.
Fucking nut cutting time, man.
So next up is my choice again. I'm back to picking and starting us off. I've got 1988's Child's Play versus 1985's Reanimator.
Woo.
And oh geez, because I just watched Child's Play the other day. I watched the originals the other day too. That was on
Yes, did I?
cable. I'm gonna go Reanimator because I love what the hell's his name? Herbert West. Herbert West. I forget his name now.
He was in an episode of Creepshow. He was the Nazi general.
Yeah.
In the werewolf
he
episode.
was. He was. He was the investigator in Frighteners.
Oh, dude, that's another movie. Was that movie on this bracket at all?
No, it's not.
Wow.
But you know what? But you know what? That could be next year's bracket. It could be on next year's bracket. So that's first. I'm picking Reanimator. Clay, what's your pick?
It's Child's Play, man. You don't fuck with the Chuck.
Don't fuck with the Chuck. That's a shirt right there. If you've ever seen one.
You don't.
It is a shirt. I've seen the shirt.
I've seen it too.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah,
well, they had it at Frightmare.
They had it
at Frightmare.
Did they?
Yeah.
I can see that one, man.
I mean, you got. How are you not giving Charles Lee Ray some damn love on this fucking bracket, man?
I love Child's Play. I love. Hey, Chris has seen my son. Chucky is all about it in this household. He's seen my son.
The fear is real.
The fear is real. But I mean, I picked my choice. You picking Child's Play, Chris. You're the tiebreaker.
Well. How the turntables. You know, man, I'm gonna, and that's another thing. I'm gonna refer back to my Mount Rushmore, and oddly enough, Chucky is not on my Mount Rushmore. But the only reason for that is okay, my God, Clay, tell me the 3 other people right now off the top of your head that go on that Mount Rushmore and go.
On my Mount Rushmore?
On the 80s horror Mount Rushmore, give me all 4 years right now.
What you call it? Halloween doesn't count because it was what, 78, wasn't it?
Sequel was
right.
81. Part 2 was in 80. Part 2 was in 81.
Well, Reanimator ain't on my fucking list. So. just run it. Just fucking do it.
Hey, Jeffrey Combs makes Herbert West. The actor's name is Jeffrey Combs. He makes Herbert West. He makes Herbert West.
Clay, be prepared to have your mind blown, sir. I am picking Chucky. I'm picking Child's Play. And there's nothing against Reanimator. Nothing against Reanimator. I'm not taking anything away from Reanimator at all. It has got its own cultural impact as well.
It does.
But if I had to pick between the two, man, there's going to be a lot of bad matchups, in my opinion, on this bracket. There's just too much good stuff to go around, and not everybody's going to win. There's no participation trophies in this thing, man. And cultural impact is Chucky.
I mean, Reanimator has a topless Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs. And that's
There's
pretty
a lot
much
of movies in the 80s that have a topless Barbara Crampton.
That is also true, too. That's also true. All right, so wait, I went first last time. So Clay, you're going first again this time. Right. The matchup is 1987's Evil Dead 2 versus 1981's An American Werewolf in London.
Interesting.
Both of those.
Evil Dead 2, man.
Evil Dead 2. All right.
Evil Dead 2. Easy.
Chris.
Well,
Evil Dead 2.
There's one of the things that when I was looking at this bracket, one of the things that bothered me about this bracket is that there's a lot of horror comedies in this movie or in this thing.
Yeah.
And so I told myself, I was like, I'm going to try to stick to just horror.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And I know it might be sacrilegious, but I'm going to go with Werewolf because,
okay.
I mean, of course, this guy has comedic chops too, and I love Raimi, but to me, Evil Dead 2 is like more comedy than it is horror. I
can see your point. Your point. So I guess I'm the tiebreaker. Oh, okay. Don't break that too.
No. This fell.
Clay's whole house is going to be destroyed by the time this podcast is over with.
Okay, so Evil Dead 2, had the uncomfortable task of rebooting the first one, as well as making it set up for a sequel and make it good and make it work, which I think it successfully did. An American Werewolf in London, unlike The Howling, American Werewolf in London has one of the most iconic transformation scenes in horror movie cinema. It is Rick Baker's special effects. It hasn't been duplicated. It really has not been duplicated since.
No.
The only thing that has even come somewhat close to it is Wolf Cop. with the transformation scene. It
Oh,
is very
yeah.
hard to. It's very hard to top. It's very hard to do. But it's Evil Dead too. I mean, both of these movies are just cult classics.
Agreed.
I'm going to have to go Evil Dead 2 just because it's a movie that not only is a sequel, a prequel, and could also be a standalone. So,
Man, what a Raimi show.
you know what? Fine. It is a Raimi show. I will admit that. I will admit that. It is a Raimi show.
You know, I gotta mess with you. No, I mean, again, man, I'm on record. This whole fucking episode is gonna be bad matchups across the board.
Well, tough matchups. Very tough.
Yeah. Because somebody's got to get their nuts cut for no reason. That's just the way this bracket's going to go.
It is
like
true.
Lost Boys.
Yeah, exactly. See?
All of them.
All of it. All right, Chris, you're starting off first again for the final round of round 1. You've got 1986's Critters versus 1983's Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, man. So we're talking about, I think, didn't Sleepaway Camp have like one remake or one
Sleepaway Camp? Sleepaway Camp there are 4 movies in that series.
Oh my god!
Three sequels. There is a 5th movie that was semi-finished, but never fully released. There are some copies that are floating around that claim to be finished and released, but in reality, they are not completely finished. Despite what people will say, it is a not complete film. So, Sleepaway Camp has 4 sequels, 5 movies total. Critters.
I did not know that.
Critters has 3 sequels, 4 movies total, 2 miniseries.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record here, but I always think about cultural impact on the horror genre.
Okay.
And then also, like, I'm trying to think of this as horror movies and not comedies. I'm going to go with Sleepaway Camp. And I like Critters. Critters. But it's, the practical effects of the little furry monsters and all that. It was comedy to me. And then like, the alien bounty hunters.
Yeah.
All that shit. Like, it was all good and fine, but it was, Sleepaway Camp. The iconic imagery, too.
Well,
and
the first
groundbreaking.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the first Critters movie is straight up horror. There's no comedy to it. It is a straight up horror movie.
I was thinking, which one was the one where they did the giant ball of critters and the guy was like,
that was part 2.
He learned how to flip off or whatever. The alien bounty hunter was flipping the bird. That's part 2.
That's part 2. Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm still going with what I said.
Sleepaway Camp. Sleepaway Camp.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Well, my pick. Okay, Critters. Amazing horror movie. I honestly like Critters more than I like Gremlins, just because of the horror aspect of the first one. Sleepaway Camp. I don't think that movie could be made in this day and age because
God no.
Because of the ending. Because of the ending, that might catch a lot of flack because of it.
Trigger warning.
Oh, most definitely trigger warning.
Oh my god.
Most definitely trigger warning. The Angela. That's. Yeah.
The internet would eat itself. There's just no way.
It would kill people. I'm gonna go Critters because I love the Krites. I love those Critters movies, but I love the first one. I think the first one is so well done. You've got several jump scares, you got blood, you got guts, and you got profanity. Something that Gremlins did not have. So
oh man, it didn't need it though. But yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna go Critters. Clay, it looks like you're the tiebreaker.
Uh-oh.
Tie broken. It is Critters.
Critters.
Oof. All right. Okay, I get it. Revenge. I got you.
Revenge. No, it's Critters. I mean, again, bad matchup. Bad matchup.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Jesus.
It's tough. So Chris started that one off. We finished that one for round 1. We're now moving on to the next round. And I'll start this one off. Wait. Clay's starting this one off. And he's starting off against Creepshow versus The Howling. Ooh. What's your pick?
It's Creepshow.
Creepshow? You still going to go with Creepshow?
It is Creepshow, man. It's it, bro. it's Creepshow, man. You can't.
That's true.
You can't compare, dude.
That is true.
And if this one goes my way, The next matchup's going to be even worse.
Oh, they're already starting to get worse.
Yeah.
Chris, Creepshow or The Howling?
Oh man, I'm actually inclined to agree with Clay on this one. I'm gonna have to go with
You have to go with the Creepshow.
Yeah.
That's your pick. I mean, it's
Is
Creepshow.
it?
It's Creepshow. I was going to choose The Howling because
Really?
I like the Howling movie. I really like it.
How do you do
And I
this,
know,
man?
yeah, and I know me picking. I know my whole shtick with trying to stick to just legit horror films kind of flies in the face of the idea that I'm picking Creepshow.
Yeah.
But then again, like I mean, the cultural impact outweighs the comedy aspect for me as far as Creepshow goes.
That is
You know
true.
what I mean?
Well, both The Howling and Creepshow are very serious. There's really no comedy to that. So,
That's true.
to me, it was a tough decision, but I would have chose Howling. But I'm outvoted, so it is what it is.
In your face.
Yeah. So now it's my turn to pick. I've got Friday the 13th Part 4 versus The Shining, and straight up Shining. That's my
Get your
pick.
brooms.
That's my pick.
We bad.
Clay,
Get
you
your
pick The
brooms.
Shining.
Of
Chris?
course.
I mean, come on, come off it, mate.
Hey,
What you think I was
Come
gonna
off
pick,
of
mate?
it. Come
Come
off
off
it.
it, mate. You bloody wanker.
come off it. I mean, it's The Shining.
Yeah, come on.
It's the only horror movie that's been Easter egged inside Disney Pixar movies.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
all the Toy Stories. So
That's right.
there's a reason
good.
why. There's a reason why. So I think Chris, we're back to you for picking your start. You're going to pick this next matchup. You have
Bring it on.
Hellraiser versus
Oh shit.
Child's Play.
Oh man.
Hellraiser versus
damn it.
Child's Play. Pinhead versus Chucky.
Son of a bitch. You know,
Right.
there's never, and at no point did we ever break off into comedy with Pinhead or the Cenobites.
Nope. Until you got to the remake.
Chucky, yeah, and then with Chucky, we just went directly into comedy for the most part after the first 3 movies.
Yes.
I don't know, man. You know, fuck. Chucky. I'm gonna go with Chucky.
You can go Chucky?
Yeah, because Hellraiser has spent a lot of time in developmental hell, and the story's kind of
Literally.
spiraled out of control. Yeah,
Literally.
yeah. And so too many pokers in the fire or whatever. You know what I mean? Like too many chiefs in the. You know what I mean? Like just too many cooks in the kitchen.
Hey, I completely understand, and I mean, it's to the effect where Hellraiser's getting its second remake now with a female lead this time as
okay.
Pinhead. So, and Child's Play has only had 1 remake. So,
yeah, there you go.
there it is.
Boom.
My pick: Child's Play versus Hellraiser. This is a tough one. Because I do like Child's Play.
I mean, you like the books.
I love the Hellraiser books. I love Child's Play movies. I recorded the first episode of Chucky. It's on my DVR. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my DVR.
I need to watch it too.
This is a tough one for me. But I already know what Clay's vote's going to be. I already know what's going to be. So I'm going to choose Child's Play.
Boom.
So is that your answer, Clay? So you gonna sweep it?
Of course, man. He took out my boys. He took out these lost boys.
Oh, so salty. It's like Galveston Bay up in here.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
It's like some Chewy's chips. It's like some Chewy's chips.
I mean, we're talking about just this one, but I mean, you talk about all of them. They all hold up to me. I mean, Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, 3.
Seed kind of falls off, and so does Colt. As of those are the only 2 I don't like were Seed and Colt.
I liked Seed. I have watched Colt.
Oh,
but I wasn't the biggest
me
fan
pants,
of Colt.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shitface.
Yeah.
Sykes and Shitface. What the fuck?
All right, so we're back to Clay starting us off. We have Evil Dead 2 versus Critters.
Ooh.
Evil Dead 2, man.
Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 2.
All right, Chris. Evil Dead 2 or Critters?
I'm gonna go Evil Dead 2, man.
I'm
It's come on.
yeah, it's Evil. I mean, I'm gonna pull the broom out and just sweep it
There you go.
because I mean, yeah, it's Evil Dead 2. It's there's a reason why it's as marketable as it is still. So now we're down to our
man.
final four. Yeah, I see the posters in the background, Clay. I see them back there. I know
see
who
my
you're
light.
voting.
You
I
see
know
my
who you're
light.
voting. All right, Chris, you're starting us off for the final four. You have
Bring it on,
Creepshow versus Shining. Yeah, Creepshow versus Shining. This is where it starts to get tough.
This was like taking out Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Pox upon you, mate, for putting me in such a precarious position.
Well, one would consider one's greatest horror anthology, The Creepshow, with Stephen King, George Romero. I think Joe Dante was a part of it as well. Versus Kubrick's, basically one of his best films in horror, The Shining.
God. Fucking, this is like an audio dick kick, man. Damn it, dude. Shining.
You know, Shining. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Damn, this was. I love The Shining. I love The Shining, but I also love Creepshow.
As do I.
I got to go Shining. I've also got to go Shining on this one. I can't help it. Clay, what's your pick?
The Shining, man.
Shining.
And like I said, this is the one we had to take Old Yeller out, man.
It's tough. It was tough.
It's something you don't want to do and you fucking dread doing, but you got to do. It's got to be done, man. It's got to be done.
You had a good run, boy. It's time to put you out of pasture.
You do.
Just rub the little green, rub him down the head. Just...
You have to make tough choices. Tough choices.
That's right.
So I'm up next, and we have Child's Play versus Evil Dead 2. Oh man.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy the first. As I'm going through these lists and I'm thinking about the movies now, I'm going through and reliving these movies, watching these movies in my head. What I thought about them at the time as I'm watching them. The first Child's Play, I remember when I watched it when I was like maybe 10 and being scared of Chucky. I think the scene that got me the most was whenever Andy's in the room and he looks outside the window and he sees Chucky going up the stairs, coming to get him. And I'm just oh God, no, that's terrifying because I'm 10 and that's me.
But shit could happen to me, dog.
Yeah.
Right.
It can happen. But then Evil Dead 2, you've got like the insanity and you have the special effects and you have the blood, you have the puppetry. You've got all of that. And this is tough. I'm going to have to go.
Hold on. Did you ever stay in a cabin in the woods?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, so I can see where this is a problem for you.
I have. I have personal experiences. I have.
You're like, I have a laughing deer head on my wall right now.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Child's Play. Wow. I'm gonna have to go Child's Play just because I remember watching it. I remember just being terrified, and now I know I watched it a few weeks ago, but it's a good movie. I never expected a sequel when I watched it the first time, but it's just a good movie. So I'm sticking to Child's Play. Clay, what's your vote?
Child's Play, man.
Hello.
It's Child's Play.
Listen, Linda. Oh my God. Okay, so that's a sweep it then.
You're gonna sweep it, Child's Play,
dude. Y'all were talking. Here's a little off story, and it's funny that you said that you remember watching it when you were 10. My daughter and my son, they were begging us last Saturday night to watch something. They were like, "Oh, let's watch Michael Myers." Like you can't handle Michael Myers. You can't handle Michael Myers. And me and my wife were going back and forth on what we let them watch, and this won't be too bad. This won't be too bad. So we let them end up watching Child's Play with them. My daughter, it was her birthday yesterday, and like I was at wrestling. at the training Tuesday night. So my wife was trying to get her to go to bed, and she's like, "Oh, it's your birthday! It's your birthday tomorrow!" And talking to her, hyping her up. Well, she is terrified of Chucky now, and she said,
Nice.
"No, I don't want it to be my birthday. Chucky's coming to kill me." I tormented her for the past week and told her that instead of a Barbie cake, she was getting a Chucky cake.
Oh no!
I went and picked her up from school today wearing the Chucky shirt that I sent in the group.
Yeah.
She just like stared at me wide eyed. Like, okay, we'll go.
That's fantastic.
I had to explain it all to her. My son, he loves it, but my daughter, she doesn't like Chucky.
She hates it.
She
Oh,
don't like Chucky.
that's funny. That's hilarious.
So while we're sharing some story time here, man, let me share you another little Chris Foreman story nugget here.
Okay.
So, Gremlins came out in what, 80?
Gremlins came out in 84.
84, right? And Chucky was what, 89? Okay.
Child's Play was 88.
88, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't too far off.
It wasn't too far, no.
In 84, I remember the Gremlins scared the ever-loving shit out of me as a kid.
Uh-huh.
Because, I liked fried chicken. I liked eating late. You know what I mean? I liked bads. So, like, all these things freaked me out. Like, oh, God, all the things I like, I'm not supposed to, these things are, dangerous around.
Yeah.
And I remember when they were, like, in the house with the lady and they killed the lady at the house in the kitchen. The mom?
No, the mom survived.
Wait, what was it? Well, okay, when they were attacking her in the kitchen, right?
Yeah. They're attacking her in the kitchen, but she survived.
Yeah. So being the little fat kid I was, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen. So late at night, the house we lived in, my bedroom was on the far side of the house.
Uh-huh.
And then there was the dining room, and then there was the kitchen. Late at night, if I wanted to go see my parents for any reason, I had to walk through the kitchen, and I always thought there were going to be gremlins in the kitchen. So, and our house was elevated on cinder blocks. So, like, my parents knew I was coming because, like, I would walk normally through up to the kitchen entrance, and then I haul ass through the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, one night I needed my parents, and they weren't waking up, so it freaked me out, and I had to go back through the kitchen. So I was just scarred. I was like, my whole life is over. And I think my cat or something was in the kitchen, and it moved as I was running.
Uh-huh.
So I just lost my shit as a kid. And I was like 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I bolted into bed, and as soon as I laid down, pulled the covers on my head, I put my legs in an Indian style position. So I didn't want the gremlins to come up to the bed and grab my feet. Right? And so it took me a long time to get over that. And then Child's Play comes out, and I've got toys all over my room.
Yeah.
I didn't quit sleeping Indian style until I was like 16.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, some people wet the bed. Some people don't want their feet getting cut off by killer toys or gremlins. So,
right.
There you go. That's the thing you know about me now.
So in other words, you slept Indian style.
I did, because I was a big produce. Yeah, man.
For a long time. Wow, that's
I think after a while it becomes, yeah. Well, I mean, I got used to it. You know what I mean? Like your muscle memory or whatever. And like, after a while, it wasn't like I was scared anymore as I got a little older. It was just, you know what I mean? Like, just force of habit. Like, like twiddling your thumbs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or going like this with your tongue. It was just a thing you did without knowing you did it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
There you go.
Fair enough. No judgment. No judgment.
It's not exactly getting chased by a goose, but it's something.
Yeah. So after that long story of Chris's past, of why he hates toys and gremlins and dolls, we are down to our final showdown for the 80s section.
Oh,
and Clay starts us off on this one. We have The Shining versus Child's Play.
Oof.
This is again, it's like picking your favorite kid. It's tough. It's really tough. So Clay, you're starting us off. The Shining or Child's Play?
You had a good run, kid. You had a good run, but Shining.
The Shining.
Shining.
The Shining. Yeah, it's a good one. Chris,
Amazing.
you're next. The Shining or Child's Play? Again, yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I gotta follow my heart here, man.
Okay. What's your heart taking you to?
I'm gonna go with Child's Play. Chucky messed me up way more than Jack Torrance did.
That's a young boy's heart.
Well, okay, again, I just shared that story. Jack Torrance didn't make me want to sleep with my legs up in Indian style. You know, I love my dad. My dad was going to try to kill me and chase me through the wilderness in the winter.
Hey, a man can only take so much.
And I was a good kid. You know what I mean? My dad, there wasn't no vain innuendo of sexual abuse from my father or whatever. You know, there were no bears blowing each other in my house. I didn't have any of these problems. Okay?
What the hell?
But what I did have were fucking toys everywhere. Puppet Master. Child's Play.
Hey.
I mean, come on.
Hey, you have a point. You have a point. So we got one Shining, and we got one for Child's Play.
Do the right thing, Aaron.
Do the right thing.
As much as I love Chucky, dude.
Dude, I know I'm fighting a losing battle here. I'm not dumb. I get it. But like, I mean, I had to say what I had to say, and that's it.
Dude, I fought for the Lost Boys in round 1. I mean, it's okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I watched Child's Play a few weeks ago. I know I'm going to watch The Shining when it starts getting winter season. Like probably at the end of November, I'm going to watch The Shining because that's a yearly thing I'll watch too. So both these movies get play yearly. So I'm not like picking one over the other. Boy, I am doing that, but I'm favoring one over the other too. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a tough decision because I do watch both of them yearly. And as I'm thinking about this again, it's bringing up memories. It's bringing up the first time I watched them both. I've read the Shining book. I watched the movie. I watched a really shitty made-for-TV movie with Steven Weber. I read Dr. Sleep. I watched the Dr. Sleep movie. I watched the Dr. Sleep extended cut movie. I've seen all the Child's Play movies. I've seen everything Child's Play except for the TV series that just came out this past week. I've even read some of the Chucky comics where Chucky fought Hack Slash. I read that crossover comic.
Oh
yeah. Forgot about that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, I know we're bringing in other media, sir, but yeah, I'm with you.
So I'm just showing that how my fandom goes for both of these things. I own almost every Shining pop in existence except for the Bloody Grady twins. For Chucky, I own the main 2 pops in that set because the other ones are just repaints. Let's just be honest, they're repaints. I own those. I own those
Child's
toys.
Play 2, Hot Topic one.
No, I've got
the cart.
No, not in the rolling cart, not anymore. I sold that one this past weekend. I got the regular Chucky with the plain face, and I got Scarface Chucky. So I got the main 2 picks. I almost bought the giant Chucky that was at the toy show. Didn't do it.
I'm looking for him, but I can't. I ain't swinging that cash.
It's hard. He's hard to find.
Yeah, he is. I saw him one time at Walmart, and I didn't get him.
I saw him at Hot Topic once, and I saw him at a Walmart and at the toy show recently. That's all I've seen him. And the toy show was selling him for, I think, $75 for him. I said no. I said nope, not today. I said not today, Satan. And I just kept walking. So this is a tough decision to make for me because I love The Shining, but also really enjoy Child's Play as well. And this one, and this is the one that's going to fight The Thing next, or in like the future down, because this is it.
Oh man.
Oh.
And that's the thing, though. Like, okay, you're talking about like whoever wins this is going to be facing off against The Thing.
Yeah,
like, we're going to have to go back and like rewatch these movies before we even talk about this bracket because it's going to be a whole ass episode
for the final,
just to get to the finer points.
Yeah, the final showdown. It's going to be a requirement to watch all these movies. So, all that being said, with all that talking that I'm prolonging as I try to rectify my decision, for what I'm about to say, I have to choose it. I have to choose. I'm going to go Child's Play. Just because.
What? I am shocked that just happened.
Just because I'm more, just like you were when I first watched Child's Play, and when I watched it recently a few weeks back, that flood of emotion of being terrified as a young kid came back over me again. With The Shining, I love the book. When I watched the movie, I love the movie. Everything's separate. That miniseries, it happened. So this is a tough decision, and Chris will tell you this is a very tough, because I own more Shining merchandise than anything.
Yeah, I'm fucking blown away by this.
I bought the scarf. I've got the beanie. I've got everything.
I got the
Shining.
G-string of the carpet from the hotel.
I wish I did.
Boy.
I wish I
I
did.
got the banana hammock.
But I have to go.
Oh
I have to
God.
go Child's Play with this, just because the memories for it.
I'm proud of you, sir. I know that this was hard for you.
This last one was.
I think what we want, at least what I want to point out, and for Clay's own sake, because I don't want Clay to feel like we're trying to alienate him and the things that he loves. I'm with you, Clay. This bracket.
I've got a challenge still.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, hold on. Can I
Okay.
say something before you make your challenge, though? Do I have the floor?
You got the floor.
We're talking about two polar opposite horror films, in so much as The Shining is a cerebral, next level horror film. That if you were watching that movie at 10 years old, you have no fucking idea what you're looking at.
Except for the dog, costume.
Right.
Yep.
Child's Play, on the other hand, if you're 10 years old,
you know what you're looking at.
You know exactly what the hell you're dealing with.
Yeah.
The same shit you deal with every day after school and on the weekends. Your fucking toys. Your best friends, the things you turn to when you're bullied and picked on, and the girl you like won't skate with you at the skate town when it's couple skate and they're playing Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. And she likes that boy Derek.
Wrong movie.
Anyway,
Wrong movie.
My point is,
this isn't First Kid with Sinbad.
This is. We're talking about. We're just. God damn it. We're talking about two polar opposite movies that, depending on what time you watch these movies in your life, affect you in two totally different ways. You're not going to appreciate one or the other at the same age. You're only going to pick up on one or the other.
That's true.
So I think The Shining, from an adult perspective, from someone with cognitive reasoning and deductive reasoning and can put things together and doesn't have to have their hand held, all those things play into that. But just for a child's cerebral fear is a toy that will stab you. So, all those emotions.
Wants to take your soul.
Yes, exactly.
Hide the soul. Hide the soul.
That's right, man. Hide your soul. Hide your wife. I really feel like that. I'm just blown away, but I think Aaron's got a point. It's fear. I don't fear The Shining, so I'm not making it. I'm not trying to sneak in. I'm not trying to sneak a challenge in here or nothing like that. I'm just saying.
Well, it sounds like you're sneaking a challenge in.
No, I'm just okay. I think I've said what I had to say, but I feel like we're about to have a challenge, and I need to hear what the defense has to say.
All right, Clay, throw down your challenge. Let's hear it.
My challenge is it's not so much for me as it's, you couldn't understand this as a kid, or you can't understand this as a kid, because I love them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I've vied heavily for Child's Play. I vied heavily for The Shining. I'm still vying for The Shining. For me, it's my favorite. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. And I didn't watch this movie as a kid. I watched this movie when I was 15 or 16 or so, and I didn't understand it completely. I watched it again right after I finished it to go back and to try to understand more. But just watching the dude descend into madness and what this place has done to him, that you're trying to figure out what's going on. Why is this happening to him?
Yeah.
what's going on? Why is he doing this to the kid? Why is he doing this to Wendy?
Yeah.
And then there's just so many iconic scenes, man. I mean, you had, Red Rum, you had fucking Slipknot, you did the whole Shining treatment in the Spit It Out video.
Yep.
Like you said, the carpet tiles, or whatever you want to call it, but that you had Danny running around with his little big wheel through the whole thing.
Yep.
I mean, there's just so many different things to it, and I don't know, they just kind of stick with me. And like, I mean, there'll be days like I'm at work and like I'm not listening to anything on in my headphones or nothing like that. The damn Shining song, like the wham, 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 wham. That shit
That's true.
just starts playing in my head. You're like, God damn, I gotta watch it. And like you said, and it's not even like it's like I don't feel like I even have to watch it at this time of the year. Like I feel like when it snowed last year, we had a shit ton of snow over here.
Yeah, we did.
The first thing I said is, we're watching The Shining. This is the perfect setting to watch The Shining. This is it. This is the perfect one. I mean, I don't know. It's not much of a challenge, but that's just what I'm going down.
The only thing I have to say about the only thing I have to say about The Shining is that there are a lot of things that happen in the Kubrick movie that you have to know what's going on by reading the book. You have to, like the dog suit guy. If you haven't read the book, you are confused as hell as why that's happening, because you have to read the book. Both movies have been parodied by The Simpsons with their own episode. So it's not like, one's getting more love than the other one. So it's difficult. What gets me for The Shining is that Mountain Dew did a commercial based on The Shining. They did a series of commercials based on The Shining. I mean, that should instantly make me vote for that because of Mountain Dew. Because of Mountain Dew love.
Still not a Mountain Dew partner.
It's still not Mountain Dew partner. I'm still waiting for that call. But again, it comes back to when you watch Child's Play, you understand what's going on. With The Shining, much like Hellraiser, you might have to read the book to understand certain parts because it's not fully explained.
It was Kubrick's vision too. There's some discerning differences.
Yes. Yeah. The one thing that I wish Kubrick would have kept in the Shining movie, which would have been the Hornets scene or the Hornets part that was in the book.
Yeah.
And Kubrick did not want to keep it in there. He didn't think that was a valuable part. Which, if you read the book, that is a very big part because that starts the setup of, is it really happening or is it madness? You don't know. That's part of the ongoing part.
Right.
So again, that's why I'm sticking with Child's Play, just because it's so self-contained. It's it established its rules. It sticks with those rules until the very end, and you don't need to read in anything else. It's a self-contained movie. The Shining, there's so many layers to it that you have to rewatch it. You have to read about it. You have to look at the notes. You have to watch cast interviews. There's a lot to follow, and it's hard to follow too. And I think with The Shining is that if you're not a super fan of The Shining, then you're not going to get it.
Yeah, you're not going to go that far deep into it.
You're not going to jump that deep into it. So that's why I'm voting for Child's Play. And that's why I'm going to stay at my vote at Child's Play. Chris, did Clay convince you to change, or are you staying?
Man,
it's hard.
My closing thought.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The movie itself is so interesting.
Yeah. And
there's so many different ways of looking at it. And it doesn't matter if you know exactly what's going on. It's like that mind fuck that just doesn't stop.
That's true.
It's like you'll watch, like, and then you get to the end and stuff. And like I said, even if you know what's going on, you know what the picture's all about, you know what everything is. You're just like, God damn, how did they put this together? How do they do this? And you never want to, like, for me anyways, it's not like you're like, oh, I've seen that one time, or I've seen that 5 times. I don't need to watch it again. It's one of those that you can just go back to, and you're gonna love it just as much as you did the first time. For me.
I mean, again, I'm not crapping on The Shining. All these movies tonight are great movies.
Of course not.
They're all good movies, and it's just comes down to Matchups. It's the matchups.
Man, this is the bad matchup bracket,
Yep.
man. It's the 80s. And
Randomizer.
I do want to point out that The Shining barely made this cut, by the way. It was in May of 1980. Are you kidding? Yeah. The 80s didn't even start till 82, 83? Really and truly?
It's still an 80. They're still an 80. They're still an 80.
Yeah. I know. I just, even if you visually, like, if you go back and look at The Shining, this is a movie that was clearly made in 78 or whatever, 79.
That's true.
But yeah, man, I mean, Clay, at the risk of losing one of our 37 listeners, I want you to stay with us. I don't want you to go anywhere, sir. You are appreciated. You are loved by the FRN family. But fucking Jack Torrance did not fuck me up the way Chucky fucked me up. He didn't do it, man.
I get it.
This is where
I'm not, and plus, I don't have any kids yet. Whenever I have a kid and my wife and kid drive me nuts, and I want to, start typing out
hacking
shit,
them and slashing them.
then we'll revisit this. And in the meantime, I will not be buying any good guy dolls and sticking them in the corner of my house so I can walk in at 3:00 in the morning and piss myself. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll just say this. After I watched Chucky the first time when I was 10, I was around 11 years old. I went to go spend the night at a friend's house, and
even worse, it
gets better. It gets better. So what happens is that this friend, they have this bar. This is like a 70s, 80s styled house or 70s styled house, where the living room has an open bar connected to it, which separates. Well, there's a room, the living room. Then there's this bar that kind of separates to the next room. And in this bar area, they have these bar stools with stuff on it. And one of the things that they had on one of the bar stools, was a clown, like this marionette clown doll.
Oh God!
Mm-hmm. Oh, it gets better. Well, at night they have a light that lights up from behind the bar. So the clown doll,
see the silhouette.
Well, you can't see the features of the clown, but you can see the silhouette, and the hair is very Chucky-esque.
Oh.
So let's just say when I saw that, I never took my eyes off that silhouette. And I stayed up the entire night watching that silhouette because I was scared to death because I thought that was Chucky. I thought that was a Chucky doll. So,
yikes. And to your credit, Clay, I've gone on record as saying the things I find more fearful now as a grown man are the things I don't see, not the things I do. Yep. You know what I mean? And so much as we talk about madness and things like, you hear those bumps in the night and you see, there's things those are the things that are scary. And so from that perspective, The Shining would win out every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm just going by my human-based fear as a kid who, grew up in the 80s and, went to school and all the kids were like, "Did you see that movie of Child's Play?" Like, "Oh man, Chucky's crazy, dude. Let's play Pogs or whatever."
It's true.
It fucked up my head, man.
It is definitely true. So, as we're kind of since we finished this, we're going to kind of wind down here. I just want to say thank you, Clay, for joining us on this bracket of pain. That apparently it is. It was a painful bracket to kind of get through because, well, tough decisions, tough choices.
Yes, very tough.
And I want to thank you for coming on and casting your votes for all these things. And luckily,
no problem.
And luckily, don't stalk us, don't suplex us for picking wrong. Tough decisions all around. But if you want to plug anything more, if you got any shows coming up, or you want people to come check you out at, where can they find you? Where can people see you work?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Hostage Hirsche. You can catch me in action. Well, you could have caught me in action because this is coming out later. But at Lions Pride Sports presents Resentment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in a tag team match. It'd be the first time tagging with this dude. So we're going to see how that works. And there's all kinds of stuff on the horizon that I'm not really certain on yet, talking-wise.
Yeah, I know.
Whenever we get back to it, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah,
Sweet,
pretty
man.
much. pretty much as soon as I get off this podcast, I'm going to start drawing what you wanted me to draw out. So I'll start working on that.
Top secrets.
Yeah, well, hey, we're until the reveal, you keep it under wraps. Till the reveal,
That's it.
Keep it under wraps.
Fair enough.
So, and you've got a Pro Wrestling store too.
Yes, I do. Also, you can find that at Search Hostage Hirsche. So far, we have the OG design.
Yep.
It's the best. It's amazing.
Yeah. I see the comments all the time.
Every day, every single day.
Yeah, I see the comments.
Oh yeah,
everybody's loving it.
But we have some. Oh yeah, and we've got some other designs, but Pro Wrestling Tees is being a dick right now. So we'll put them up. So.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Hey, I think you need to put that. I think you need to put that coffin logo on a shirt. Just that plain coffin logo on a shirt.
Yeah,
pretty sick.
Oh yeah, I need to do that too. I have the OG design. I've got my the script design that's in my Tron, and it's kind of evil looking.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Creep Show one. But yeah, I think we do have to do the coffin one.
Yeah, definitely coffin one. That one's pretty sick.
Yes, sir.
So again, thank you for coming on. And as we close this out, I'm going to tell everybody, go check crossthestreamsmedia.com. We are part of the Cross the Streams family. So you can check out Front Row Negative as well as many other podcasts like 3 Beers and a Mic, 3 Beers and an MCU, Burn Appetit, Beer and Ain't Easy, Toy Rewind, which is actually a pretty cool show. I've been listening to more Toy Rewind lately than really anything. Movie Gap, not really because they suck. And a few other shows. They have plenty of podcast shows on there that will fit your needs of what you're looking for. A lot of them are funny, except for Movie Gap. A lot of them are entertaining, except for Movie Gap. So you can find Chris. Chris, where can they find you on the Instagrams to see your artwork?
I'll tell you, man. You can search me on your search bar on Facebook. You'll see my beautiful face with Orange Cassidy. You'll find me there, and you'll also find me on Instagram at Chris Foreman Artist. I'm super Googleable, and so you can definitely do that. I have a Twitter I hardly ever use, so if you want to go mess with that, feel free to go look at things I don't use. At C. Lee Foreman, which I probably should do that, though. I probably should be more active on that, which I will change in the near future. But yeah, no, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram. You can do that. And Front Row Negative at Front Row. What is our Instagram handle?
At Front Row Negative, all one word.
At Front Row Negative, you can hit me up there too, man.
Yep. And what about what if somebody wants to come to you and wants to buy toys or sell you toys?
Well, funny you should mention it. I also have a collectibles store called Collectomania, which is also on Instagram and Facebook at Collectomania. I want to say, God, it's so odd. Trying to remember what the hell your handles are on stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you first get a phone number and you're like, hey, what's my phone number? Fuck if I know. I don't call myself. You know what I mean? You have to look it up and crap.
Yeah.
At Collectomania. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure it's at Collectomania. But it's an awesome logo. It looks like the Hulkamania logo that was designed by our friend Aaron here, who knocked it out of the park, as he always does.
I try.
So come see us, man. We are at 10910 Katy Freeway, Suite 208 at the Marketplace Antique Mall off I-10, exit Willcrest. We're there Friday through Sundays. I mean, there's the off occasion that we might be closed, but we'll post about that because I am an artist after all. I got to do cons and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'm spinning plates over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it.
Hey.
So,
gotta keep that hustle up. Gotta keep that hustle
exactly. But, come buy some cool stuff from us. And if you got cool stuff you're doing some cleaning in your house, man, you got some stuff to get rid of, let me know. Let me make an offer. You never know.
All right. Me, I'm somewhere out there. So, with that being said, no, I've if you go to TeePublic or Redbubble, just type in, I believe, Awesome AG Designs, one of them, I think. You know what? Easier thing. Go to Facebook, look up Awesome AG Designs. I'm always posting links to Redbubble. I'm always posting links to the TeePublic account. So follow those links, buy some cool shirts, we just released a brand new Glitch logo shirt, which people are starting to like. It's already
which
got
I got in,
sales.
by the way. I just forgot to wear it. I
Oh, you forgot to wear it? Oh, you ordered one too? Awesome.
I did.
Nice.
Dope.
Glitch. We got the Glitch logo shirts. Those have been selling pretty well, and I'm grateful for that. I also have a new She-Hulk shirt that I put up a few weeks ago. So I'm trying to get into the habit of putting out more stuff when I have time. I'm just super busy, and life finds a way. So with that being said, we get all of our plugs, we get all of our showmanship and all of that. If you've made it this far, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a thumbs up and a high five, a self high five, just like Diamond Dallas Page. And we thank you for staying that long and listening. So until next time, I am Aaron.
I'm Chris.
Thank you for remembering your name.
Sorry.
And want to again thank Clay for coming on. And until next week, you're Front Row Negative. Always follow, never unfriend, and fuck ponchos. Bye.
This has been a Cross the Streams Media Podcast.